All right, we are at Bristronica 2025 at the Bitwig booth with Fredrik.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you. We are more than happy to show the new version that we just announced a couple of weeks ago, Bitwig Studio version 6, which is one of our bigger updates, I would say, with a lot of different features. The changelog is about 1 kilometer long, but let's look at some of the main features that we're showing, or the main features that we've been working on. And maybe we start with alias clips. So alias clips is just a fancy way of saying these are linked together. So we have a set of purple drum beat clips here in the arranger, and let's zoom in maybe on the side here. You'll notice they have this little icon, meaning that they are all hooked up together. So that means simply that if I were to do edits in one of them, that edit will be reflected on all of them. So let's make a little small change here, and you notice that all of these clips have now changed. Maybe it's easier to see if I delete
this makes some editing tasks way quicker.
Exactly. Makes editing tasks way quicker, and it also helps you keep your projects organized in many ways. One cool thing about this is that we've introduced not only alias clips like simple copies, but we've also introduced something that we call patterns. So if we right-click any alias clip and look at the pattern menu, you'll see that, okay, I now have an overview how many times this particular pattern happens in my project, like this 6 times, for instance, on this 2 times. And I also have the option to change which pattern to use for this particular clip, which is a cool add-on. Another one of the major features of version 6 is that we now have key signatures. So if we look at in the transport bar, you'll notice that I now have the option to set a main root note and a scale of my project, and I can actually change that also in the arranger in this section here, meaning that in my note clips I now have the option to activate snap to key. And here I have these blue lines which help me to show, okay, what are the in keys of that scale that I've chosen and what are the out keys. And you'll notice, okay, these keys look different. They are outside of my scale, and I can choose then to move them to snap to the correct
every note
scale.
that is diatonic to the key is in plane, and every note that is chromatic on an alteration is with those lines in there. That's pretty neat. It's going to help a lot of people.
And it's not only in the note editor, it's also in our new device or an updated device, Key Filter Plus, which is, you can set it to follow a specific key manually, or I can follow the project setting. And this is also true for many of our other note devices like Arpeggiator and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so you can quantize to the main key or to a specific key for each track.
That is correct, yeah. But maybe even a bigger part of the upgrade is what we're doing with automation. So for instance, if I wanted to automate the filter of this track, let's open up a new lane for that. We have new kind of gesture. So if I draw with a pen, the curve will be simplified. I have new tools like the spray can, for instance, where I can create this kind of steppy automation, and I can use time selection in different ways and create lines like this. One of my personal favorite is that we have a new clip type, which is the automation clip type. So in this case, I can work with automation just like any other clip, meaning that I can loop it, I can move it around independently, I can transform it, so maybe I want to reverse or scale it up or scale it down. And this works totally independent from its parent clip. So let me open the clip launcher maybe and just drag that in here and play. You'll notice that I'm playing the drum clips from the arranger, but I'm playing the automation from the clip launcher, meaning that they are now completely separate from each other, and I can try out different variations on the fly, work with it maybe in a live context, or just like I would do with other types of clips. And not only that, but we've also figured, wouldn't it be cool if you could save automation clips. And we already have this VW curve format, which is coming from our MSEG update, where you can draw free-form kind of modulation curves. So we figured we just merge those two concepts, and let me just grab like any random form from the browser, and you'll notice that, okay, I now have a way to save automation clips, reuse them, and just very easily drag them into my project. And not only that, since we're removing barriers, this also means that I can drag automation clips into any device as a modulator. Now, this is the curve now as a segment, but maybe drag this one instead, and you'll notice, okay, these are totally interchangeable with each other.
Excellent. Okay, so this is beta 6.3 for now. And yeah, you're ironing the last little bugs that always come with new versions.
Yeah, exactly. So we're in a very intense phase of ironing out bugs, fixing crashes, all the little things that needs to be done in order to have a rock solid release. And we hope to have it out later this fall or early winter. We just have to see, but we're getting very close.
No. Felicitations! It's a big update.
It is a big one. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Have a nice Bristronica.
Thank you.
Cheers.